If you've ever wondered why alcohol is so celebrated even though it kills more young people than any other drug, this video is for you. Today, we're going to explore what alcohol really does to your body, short-term, medium-term, and long-term. We'll uncover how it affects your brain, your memory, and your dopamine system. We'll look at its impact on the liver, the heart, the immune system, and even hormones. You'll also learn how alcohol became a symbol of celebration throughout history, how marketing convinces us that no party is complete without it, and why some countries are already implementing stricter policies to reduce consumption. We'll talk about the enormous economic power of the alcohol industry, the massive cost to healthcare systems, and even compare alcohol to illegal drugs. And throughout this video, I'll ask you some uncomfortable questions that might change the way you see drinking forever. So if you've ever asked yourself, why do we fear being sober in social situations? Or would alcohol even be legal if it was discovered today? Stick around, because this video is definitely for you. Did you know that alcohol is one of the leading causes of death among young people worldwide? Yet unlike many substances that cause far fewer deaths, it remains legal, normalized, and even celebrated. If alcohol were discovered today, do you think it would be legal? That's the question we're going to unpack together. Because behind every toast, every cheers, every bottle shared with friends, there's a reality that rarely makes it into the conversation. Let's start with the body. In the short term, alcohol impairs coordination, slows reaction times, and clouds decision-making. That's why so many accidents, injuries, and violent incidents are linked to drinking. At the brain level, alcohol suppresses activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for judgment, self-control, and rational thinking. That's why people act more impulsively, take risks, and often regret their choices after drinking. It also disrupts the hippocampus, which manages memory, explaining why blackouts and gaps in recollection are common. And of course, alcohol hijacks the dopamine system, flooding the brain with false pleasure signals that encourage repeated drinking. Over the medium term, alcohol begins to cause more serious damage. The liver has to work overtime to detoxify it, which leads to fat accumulation and the beginnings of fatty liver disease. The heart is stressed, blood pressure rises, and the risk of arrhythmias increases. The immune system weakens, leaving you more prone to infections. Hormones are disrupted too. In men, alcohol lowers testosterone and fertility, while in women, it increases the risk of breast cancer and cycle irregularities. And over the long term, the list of consequences is staggering. Alcohol is linked to more than 200 health conditions: cirrhosis, multiple cancers, depression, dementia, and cardiovascular disease. The World Health Organization estimates that alcohol kills more people each year than all illegal drugs combined. Think about that. And before we go any further, let me pause here. If you find this information eye-opening and you want to keep learning how everyday habits secretly impact your health, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Your support helps us grow and keeps us creating more videos like this one. Videos that dig deeper into the truths we're not told often enough. So how did alcohol become so normalized? The story goes back thousands of years. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans brewed beer and wine not only for drinking, but for rituals, ceremonies, and daily life. Over time, alcohol became tied to celebration, unity, and even power. Fast forward to today, and alcohol is a trillion-dollar global industry. Marketing has turned it into the ultimate social accessory. Ads, movies, sports sponsorships all push the idea that no celebration is complete without alcohol. Think of how unusual it feels to see a wedding, a holiday, or even a simple dinner party without it. This is by design. The industry has spent decades embedding alcohol into our culture. Now imagine if, instead of glamorous ads, every bottle carried graphic warnings like cigarette packs do. Diseased livers, broken families, cancer statistics. Would we still see alcohol as harmless fun? Some countries are already experimenting with stricter policies. Scandinavian nations, for example, use higher taxes, limited sale hours, and public health campaigns to cut down consumption. The results? Lower rates of alcohol-related disease and accidents. Meanwhile, in countries where alcohol is cheap and widely available, rates of liver damage, violence, and drunk driving remain high. It's an uncomfortable truth. While governments make billions in alcohol taxes, they spend far more covering the healthcare costs of alcohol-related harm. In many cases, the economic losses far outweigh the profits. There's also a gender dimension to this story. Women metabolize alcohol differently than men because of differences in body composition and enzyme activity. As a result, women often feel stronger effects from the same amount of alcohol. They're also at higher risk for liver damage, heart problems, and certain cancers, even at lower levels of drinking. And yet, the industry specifically markets to women pink bottles, light or low-calorie drinks, carefully packaged as symbols of empowerment or fun, all while hiding the risks. So let me ask you again, why do we fear being sober in social situations? Why do we feel like we need alcohol to loosen up, to connect, or to celebrate? Could it be that what we're actually hiding is discomfort? Fear of being judged? Fear of not being entertaining enough? Fear of facing ourselves without a chemical filter? And another question, if alcohol had never existed and someone introduced it today with all the scientific data we have, do you believe it would be legalized and marketed worldwide? Or would it be classified as a dangerous substance like so many others? Now, it's important to recognize why people drink. Alcohol seems to offer benefits. It relaxes us, makes us more social, boosts confidence, and creates a sense of celebration. But every one of these effects can be achieved in healthier ways. Exercise, meditation, and even simple breathing techniques reduce anxiety and calm the nervous system. Laughter, play, and creativity can bring confidence and connection without regrets the next day. Shared experiences like cooking, music, dancing, or playing games can make gatherings memorable without pouring a single drop of alcohol. The truth is, the real heart of any gathering is the people and the connection, not the drink in your glass. At the end of the day, alcohol may seem like a harmless tradition, but the cost is enormous to our health, our families, our economies, and our future. So let me leave you with this. Are you going to let alcohol take control of your life, or are you going to take control of it yourself? The truth is, joy, fun, and connection don't come from alcohol. They come from us, from being present, from genuinely engaging with one another. Maybe it's time to redefine what celebration really means. And if you want to keep uncovering how habits like these silently impact your health and learn about healthier alternatives that can actually improve your life, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. We upload 2 new videos every week, so there's always fresh content to keep you informed and inspired. Because the more we question what we've been told is normal, the more power we gain to live consciously, fully, and free. Once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.